The first sentence is written here that then two Englishmen came to the pub. They wanted to sell gunpowder. One man looked like a gentleman, but the second man was horrible. I told the horrible man, I am sorry, I don't need your gunpowder. I have a lot of gunpowder in my camp. It is told through the sentences to ask that the first sentence is written here that then two Englishmen came to the pub. It is told through the sentences to ask that, as I have told you before, that person was sitting in the pub on the chair, and he was waited for the and he was and he was sitting with his wife, and he was reading a letter, which letter he got from the which letter he got from the which letter he got from his wife's father, which letter he got from father-in-law. So at the time, two Englishmen came to the pub. They wanted to sell gunpowder, and two Englishmen came to the pub and they wanted to sell gunpowder to the people, those who were in the pub. One man looked like a gentleman, but the other man looked like horrible. It is told through the sentences to ask that those two Englishmen, one of the Englishmen was gentleman, one of the Englishmen was like a gentleman, and the second Englishman was like a horrible man. So I told the horrible man, I am sorry, I don't need your gunpowder. I have a lot of gunpowder in my camp. It is told through the sentences to ask that. It is told through the sentences to ask that he the he spoke to the people. He spoke to the English people that I don't need the gunpowder. Uh, he has a lot of gunpowder in his camp, so he doesn't need any gunpowder to buy from others. He spoke that. What did you say? Said the horrible man. Our gunpowder is not good for you. This is the reason why we are here. We traveled from London. You have to buy our gunpowder. He is told through the sentences to ask that what did you say? Said the horrible man. And when that person spoke to the horrible man that I don't need your gunpowder, I have a lot of gunpowder in my camp. So he in reply the English horrible man, he spoke to the man that what did you say to me? I did not hear. Please repeat again. The horrible man spoke to the man. That horrible man spoke to the man that our gunpowder is not good for you. That's why you are not buying this. We have come from London and we have traveled from London to here. So you must have to buy this gunpowder. The horrible man spoke to him. The next sentences are written here that I said, thank you, I don't want your gunpowder. It is told through the sentences to ask that. Then he spoke that I have a lot of gunpowder, so I don't need any gunpowder from other, so I can't buy the gunpowder from you. The man spoke to him. The man was really angry. Our conversation was not good. He said some horrible things about me. I said some horrible things about him. It is told through the sentences to ask that when that man spoke to the horrible man that he doesn't need any gunpowder, so because he has a lot of gunpowder with him, so he can't buy the gunpowder from others. So hearing that, the two Englishmen, they were very angry with the man. They were very angry with the man, and the conversation between them was not good. And those two English people, they spoke, uh, they spoke, uh, they spoke horrible things about him, and this person also spoke horrible things about them. The next sentences are written here that the conversation got a point when he wanted to kill me. The conversation got a point when he wanted to kill me. It is told through the sentences to ask that when there was no any good conversation between them. So the two Englishmen, they both of them wanted to kill him. When they have got a point when they have got a point to kill the man. The next sentence is written here that he took his gun. It is told through the sentences to ask that he took his gun. He took out his gun. I started to run away. He shot at me. I started to run. I started to run away. He shot at me. It is told through the sentences to ask that, and that person, he started to run away from there, and those two English people, they shot at the person. Then I woke up, and then he rose up. So the next sentences are written here that 1 week later I felt better, but I still needed to relax. It is told through the sentences to ask that after 1 week, he felt better than before, but still he needed some relax. So he had to do that. I needed to sleep a lot. In August, I was okay again. It is told through the sentences to ask that some he needed some races, and in August he was completely okay. I still felt a little weak, and still he was feeling weak. I knew that I needed to do some physical exercise. The next 10 days I walked around the island. This exercise made me feel better. It is told through the sentences to us that he thought that he should do some physical exercise, and then he walked around the island as exercise, and this exercise made him feel better than before. It is told through the paragraph to us that when they have got a point to kill the person, they wanted to kill him, and he took out his gun, and he started to shoot at the person who was running away from there, and who was running from there, and then he woke up. So after 1 week, after 1 week, um, after 1 week, he felt better, but still he needed some relax, and still he needed some relax. He needs a lot of. He needed a lot of. He needed. Uh, he needed to sleep. He needed to sleep a lot, and he needed to sleep a lot. In August, he was completely okay, but still he was feeling weak, and he thought that some physical exercise he must do, and thinking that he walked around the island, and this exercise made him feel better than before. So the next sentences are written here that when I felt strong again, I decided to explore the whole island. It is told through the sentences to us that when he felt good, better than before, he thought that once again he will explore the island. What is in the island? I found a new interesting part of the island, and moving around the island, he found an interesting part of the island. So it was a valley with a lake, and the interesting. He spoke here the interesting part of the island. So the interesting part of the island was um, a valley with a lake. The valley was in the central part of the island, and the valley was in the central part of the island. It is told through the paragraph to us that When he felt better than before, he decided to explore the island. And when he was exploring the island, he found an interesting part of the island. And the interesting part was that the valley with a lake, and the valley was the central part of the island. So the next sentences are written here that I found melons and grapes there. The melons were very sweet. There were also apples, oranges, lemons in this valley. It is told through the sentences to us that he found there melons and grapes there, and there were apples, oranges, lemons in the belly of everything in the belly. Everything were in the belly. I wanted to take some fruit home, but I needed to big bag. It is told I did not have a big bag with me. It is told through the sentences to us that as he saw the belly with a leg, there were so many fruits like lemons, grapes, oranges, apples, everything were there. So he wanted to take all the fruits. He wanted to take home all the fruits, so he needed a big bag, but he had no big bag with he had no big bag with him, so he could not do that. The next sentences are written here that I collected some fruit. I put the fruit in one place. I returned to my cave. I took a big bag for the fruit. It is told through the sentences to us that, and as he had no bag with him, so he collected all the fruits, and he put all the fruits in a place, and he turned to cab, and he took a he took a big bag from the cab to bring the fruits from the island, from the valley. So the next sentences are written here that when I was back, I saw that my fruit was destroyed. Some fruit was eaten, some fruit were broken. I thought some wild animals ate the fruit. It is told through the sentences to us that as he came to cab to take a big bag for the fruit to bring home, so he returned to the valley to take the fruit. But when he found that place where he collected the fruit, he saw that some of the fruits he collected, some of the fruits were broken, some of the fruits were destroyed, and some of the fruits were eaten. So he thought that some wild animals had eaten the fruits. So the next sentences are written here that still I liked the fruit still I like the fruit valley. The nature was beautiful there. I wanted to live there. I thought I can move here, but the beach is far from the place I have to go. I have to be close to the beach because I need to see a ship which can save me. It is told through the sentences to us that that man totally he liked the fruit valley, and there he found the nature was beautiful. He liked the beautiful nature of that island, and he wanted to live there with the belly, and but but the island was very far from the beach, and he have to be he he have to he have to be close to the beach because he have to be close to the beach because he need to see a ship to come back to house.